They thought it was finished, didn't they? Thought the darkness had finally consumed me whole, that I was buried 6 feet under with no fight left in my bones. They were eager to dance upon my grave, to laugh with blood still wet on their hands, to spit on my name as if it held no weight. But that's the thing about shadows. They don't perish. They linger. They coil and slither in the silence, hungry and patient, waiting for the perfect moment to tear through flesh and bone. They should have ensured I was gone for good. They should have burned my remains and scattered the ashes to the wind. But they were careless, intoxicated by the illusion of victory, too blinded by the light to sense the darkness breathing down their necks. I have clawed my way back from the abyss they cast me into, hands bloodied and fractured, dragging every ounce of hatred and fury with me. They assumed betrayal would shatter me, that agony would humble me, that loss would turn me into a wraith begging for mercy. Pathetic. They don't understand, do they? I don't plead. I take. I don't forgive, I destroy. They've awakened something they can never put back to sleep, something merciless, something with nothing left to lose. And now they will learn the hard way that death would have been a kindness compared to what's coming. They will try to flee, attempt to hide behind walls and armies, clinging to their crowns and titles like they mean anything at all. But it's futile. I've been to hell and made allies of the monsters that dwell there. I've honed my hatred into daggers, forged my wrath into armor. And now I am coming for everything they said I couldn't have. Their power, their thrones, their skulls shattered beneath my boot. I have returned to collect what is owed, and I will not stop until the ground is drenched in their regrets. They will beg for mercy, pray to their false gods for salvation, but none will come. There will only be darkness and the echo of bones breaking. They are afraid. I can taste it in the air, see it in the way their eyes dart to the shadows, hear it in the tremor of their voices. They know what's coming, even if they won't admit it. They understand there is no escape from this reckoning, no bargaining with the devil they betrayed. Let them gather their forces, sharpen their blades, whisper their feeble lies to themselves in the dead of night. It won't change a thing. 1,000 men are just 1,000 graves waiting to be filled. They will fall one by one, screaming, bleeding, reaching for a mercy that will never come. And I will be there, watching the light fade from their eyes, making sure they comprehend the cost of their cowardice. They believe I care about justice, about morality, about proving something to the world. Fools, this is not about redemption. This is about vengeance. It's about reducing everything they built on my suffering to dust, grinding their bones into nothingness and watching their legacy smolder. They will label me a monster, a demon, the villain of their pathetic tales. Let them. I do not require their forgiveness. I do not crave their understanding. I need nothing from them, nothing except the sound of their screams. They struck first. I will ensure it is not the last blow. They will learn that suffering is not a lesson, it is a weapon. And I have wielded mine. Let it sear and twist and carve me into something unyielding. Every scar is a promise. Every wound a testament to the fact that I do not break. I do not surrender. I do not die easily. They will curse the day they betrayed me, curse their own names, curse the gods who failed them. And when it is over, when the smoke has dissipated and the battlefield is nothing but silence and corpses, they will grasp the truth. They never stood a chance. They mistook my silence for defeat, my absence for surrender. Fools. I was merely sharpening my claws, biding my time, allowing the rage to swell until it overflowed. Now the time has come to collect. They will choke on their regrets, drown in the darkness they unleashed, and when they plead for mercy, I will remind them of every deceit, every treachery, every blade in the back. I will make them witness the obliteration of everything they cherished, force them to endure the same agony they inflicted. This is not a battle, it is an execution, and I am the executioner they created. They will attempt to fight, to claw, to bite and wail like vermin in a burning house, but it is too late. They have already lost. They simply do not realize it yet. I have tasted defeat, stared into the abyss, embraced the darkness, and returned hungrier than ever. They can summon their finest warriors, their strongest champions, their most devoted followers. It will not matter. I will rip through them like paper, leave their heroes gutted and gasping, paint the walls with their failures. Their empire was built on borrowed time, and I am here to collect. They may offer prayers to their gods, light candles, whisper chants, clutch their fragile faith with trembling hands, but their gods are silent, their prayers unanswered, their faith a joke. In the end, there is only darkness, only the razor-sharp edge of vengeance and the taste of blood. They will kneel before it, broken and weeping, and they will understand. This was never a fight. It was a reckoning. Here's a slightly modified version of your text while maintaining its intensity, volume, and impact. And when they look up, all they'll see is me. I won't stop, won't rest, won't falter. Not until every last one of them is nothing more than dust beneath my boots. They'll remember my name, not as a whisper, not as a warning, but as a curse. They'll speak of the day the darkness returned, of the screams that echoed through hollow halls, of the bodies that turned the streets into graveyards. They'll know the truth. Monsters aren't born, they're created by cowards who strike from the shadows, who laugh while you bleed out. And when it's all over, when the fires die and the ashes drift through the ruins of what they built, they'll finally understand. They were never hunters. They were always the prey, so they better run, better hide, better pray to gods that never listened. Because I'm back. And this time, I'm not leaving until every debt is settled in blood. They'll learn soon enough. There's no running from what's coming. They can change their names, bury themselves behind walls of iron and stone, send their spies to chase ghosts that don't exist. But the darkness doesn't knock. It seeps through cracks, slithers beneath skin, tightens around throats until every breath is a battle. They'll wake in the dead of night, hearts pounding, cold sweat soaking their sheets, convinced they heard my footsteps in the hall. And they'll be right, because I'm not just coming. I'm already here, living in their nightmares, whispering promises of vengeance they'll never escape. They should have finished me when they had the chance. But now it's too late. All that's left for them is the waiting for the storm to hit, waiting for the darkness to swallow them whole. They can call me a monster, a butcher, a demon, whatever lies help them sleep. But monsters don't wear crowns. Monsters don't send others to fight their wars, to bleed in their name, to die while they feast. They do. Every false promise, every honeyed lie, every innocent life crushed beneath the weight of their greed. It's all fuel for the fire that's about to consume them. They thought power made them untouchable, that gold and armies and walls would shield them from the reckoning. Delusional fools. Power is nothing but a leash, and I'm here to tighten it until they choke. They can scream all they want, but no one's coming to save them. Just like no one came for me. They will pay for every second of agony, every drop of blood, every soul shattered under their rule. I'll rip their world apart, piece by piece, brick by brick, make them watch as everything they built on the bones of others crumbles into dust. They'll stand in the wreckage of their own making, crowns shattered, hands trembling, and only then will they grasp the cost of betrayal. There is no mercy for them, no absolution, no redemption waiting at the end of this road. Only darkness, only the cold, unyielding truth that they brought this upon themselves. They wanted a monster. Now they'll meet one. They think they understand pain. They think they've tasted suffering just because they've ordered death from the safety of their thrones, because they've spilled blood with swords they've never had to wield. They know nothing. Pain isn't dying in a silk-draped hall with loyal guards at your side. It's dragging yourself from the grave with broken nails and shattered bones. It's clawing through the mud, while the ghosts of the fallen whisper in your ear. It's every breath burning in your lungs, every step a battle against death itself. That's pain.